सबसे पहले तेजा ऑफ कोर्स आप यहाँ पे आए हैं, हमारी मीडिया से मुलाकात हो रही है. व्हाट वुड यू लाइक टू से?
आप सबको नमस्कार. यहाँ आने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद to the media and all the crowd over here, present over here, to the dignitaries, Anil sir, Privas sir, everybody sitting over here. Thank you everybody for coming. I hope you enjoyed the trailer.
We loved it. Enjoy तो बड़ा छोटा सा शब्द होता है. I'll give this mic to you.
Sure, man.
So अब एक सवाल जो मैं आपसे जिसका जवाब जानना चाहता हूँ, please don't mind me asking this. Whenever we talk about superheroes या superhero की फिल्म, तो भी से एक ऐसा beefed up सा इंसान आता है, वो होगा superhero. आपको किसी ने नहीं बोला बॉडी बनाने के लिए, या आपको नहीं लगा ऐसे कैसे काम चलेगा? I'm sorry.
नहीं मैं भी देखा, आप जो बोल रहे हैं वो कमेंट्स में भी देखा भाई. I know I don't look like Hrithik sir or anything. I'm a huge fan of him, but I don't look like Tiger sir also. But to put it in,
She wants you to pose.
Sorry sir. Yeah. To put it in one word. जब हनुमान जी का कृपा when we receive his blessings, चींटी भी पहाड़ बन जाते हैं. हम तो इंसान हैं. Do we need any other body or anything?
Of course, how beautifully you put it. Ladies and gentlemen, Teja, सच्चा दिल खोल के वेलकम कीजिए. Of course उनको पैन इंडियन स्टार्स की बात करते हैं. पैन वर्ल्ड रिलीज होने जा रहा है और इसके पीछे जो विजनरी है, विथ योर काइंड परमिशन सर, वुड लाइक टू इनवाइट हिम ऑन स्टेज. ही इज अ फिल्म मेकर और उससे भी ज्यादा ही इज अ स्टोरी टेलर. प्रोफेशन ही नहीं है फिल्में बनाना या कहानियां सुनाना, उनकी हॉबी है ऐसा वो कहते हैं, और शायद इसीलिए बखूबी ही डज दैट. लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, प्लीज पुट योर हैंड्स टुगेदर फॉर प्रशांत वर्मा. न्यू सिनेमैटिक यूनिवर्स की बात हो रही है. यहाँ पे मैं DON वाला डॉन भी इनको बोल देता हूँ, बिकॉज हाउ ब्यूटिफुली यू डन दिस सर. थैंक यू सो मच सबसे पहले, एंड वेलकम टू आमची मुंबई. क्या बोलना चाहेंगे सबको?
सबको नमस्कार. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर हैविंग अस हियर. I never thought in my life that I will be attending a press conference in Mumbai. Little nervous, but excited.
We are also very excited to talk to you, and सब यहाँ पे मिलने के लिए आए हैं आपसे. प्लीज मुझे बताइए, you have always stood your ground saying कि ये एक छोटी सी कोशिश है हमारी तरफ से भक्ति है हनुमान जी की, एंड ऑफ कोर्स हनुमान को आप इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं. छोटी फिल्म बोला जा रहा था, लेकिन सर ये सारे बाउंड्रीज तोड़ के इट हैज गॉन पैन वर्ल्ड. व्हाट डू यू हैव टू से ऑन दैट?
Definitely it's a very small attempt from my side, but I don't know, मेरा probably like my Hindi is not that good, but somebody said इसका नियत ठीक है तो सब ठीक है. So we really wanted to tell this story. It's not that we want to make a very big film. It's not that we want to make a lot of money and all that. It was simply like I wrote this one small little story, and I just thought I'll make the film in Telugu.
Right.
But then one person called me immediately when I announced the title. He said, why do you say it's a Telugu film? It is supposed to be a pan-Indian film. I said, like, sir, I cannot get into all that big stuff, so let me make my small little film. So then, obviously my producer, Niranjan sir, has pushed me to make it as big as possible with whatever what is that budget we have. Then Rivad sir has come and he said, let's do it big in Hindi, and then another person came. It's like, I wanted to tell this small little story, but some supernatural power, some person, I'll not say person, the divine intervention is making me do this film this big. Yeah. So somebody said after the teaser's phenomenal success, and or the teaser's phenomenal success, actually somebody said, do you think you are really great? Like, do you think you are great? That you got so much reception and all that, you think you're great to make a film like this?
Yeah.
No, it's not you. It's somebody is making you do this.
Right.
Somebody wanted you to tell this story. So that is the reason you're getting all this reception. Right. So I think we all know who that somebody is.
Absolutely. And talking about that divine intervention, एक चीज जो मैंने नोटिस की है सर, वो गदा आप दिखाएंगे हम सबको. ऑफ कोर्स रुद्राक्ष का गदा Of course, that's what he's won. So ये भी कहीं ना कहीं वो magic देता है sir.
I wish. This particular locket plays a very important role in the film.
Okay.
So we shot with this, and I thought I'll keep this with me.
He stole it from here.
Yeah, there. See. Yeah. So our attempt, I mean, like with a modest budget, whatever we have is this big, but the amount of love, the amount of reception, that everything we are getting is this big.
Lovely, lovely. How beautifully he's put it. Ladies and gentlemen, director साहब and of course हमारे सुपर हीरो के लिए एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. And as you said sir, छोटी सी कोशिश थी but it became so big, बड़ा होता चला गया. So बता देता हूँ यहाँ पे एक बहुत बड़ा सा सरप्राइज है आप सबके लिए भी, आपके लिए भी, because we have a friend from the industry who's come here to support you. जैसे हनुमान जी को याद करो वो होते हैं ना, you know, he's always there for you. वैसे इंडस्ट्री में अगर कोई
राणा को बताने के लिए हमारे फिल्म के बारे में, राणा said, Teja, when are you traveling to Bombay? I'm here in Bombay. Whenever you are coming, I'm just waiting for you to tell me the date. Wow. I will come and tell. Wow. So that is what he has told. He is here to support good cinema. Yes. I thank him from the bottom of my heart. He's always there to support any newcomers, relatively newcomers. We are relatively newcomers. I'm 5 films old. He's 4 films old. I'm very, very thankful to Rana garu.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, it's almost noon, but I'll tell you the first reason I'm here. First, he's a way senior than anybody that you've ever known. One, if I have to say, we're all from Telugu cinema. I can't not talk about Telugu cinema and not use the word Mr. Chiranjeevi. And one of the films that, there's many films in his filmography, but one film that stands as the most iconic and the one that made him the megastar. He played the kid in that movie Indra. So from that day onwards, I think just not me, but every single one who spoke Telugu became his fan. Wow. He's been acting since since he was 2.5 years old. So clearly there's a seniority here. And oftentimes the reason I'm called here is because all the press people, such bolunga main. Everyone in South India is really scared of all you guys.
Oh my god.
That's actually the real reason they call me.
No. That's not true. That is because I'm a huge fan of Shah Rukh sir's work and the way he talks, the wit, the language. I don't have both of them. So we are little scared and worried because we don't have that wit or language or to convey what we think exactly properly at times. So that is the reason.
But let me tell you, dude, this is one of the most beautiful bunch of people that you'll meet.
Wow.
I came here 10 years ago, not knowing the language, not knowing anything. I still don't know the language very well, but they're so loving. So thank you guys. First, I have to thank you all for, I think the first idea came from this gentleman here, Mr. Anil Tirani, where we said, could a Telugu film work in Hindi? It started many years ago, and I think, Anil, life has changed for everybody, and cinema in this country has changed. Borders have diminished, and here you go, these fine men have made Hanuman. That's something that's so close to our culture, so close to our heart, and the excitement that we've seen online, that we've seen with everything that's going on has been lovely. So here you go, please, Hanuman is here, the lovely director and the actor are here. Let me tell you a quick one about Prasanth. The first time he made a film, he won 2 national awards. So we're hoping many more awards and many more awards this time, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much sir for sharing all that. And now I'd like to
So I think for that I'll have to thank Rana a lot because he was the one who introduced me to Bahubali 1, and from there on I think the face of pan-India films has changed, and I really thank him for introducing me to that word. I think good content is something that works. Language has never been a barrier, and hopefully Hanuman follows the same footsteps as the previous films that I've done. I wish that the audiences give it the same love that they've given to most of my previous films, and I wish this team all the very best.
Thank you so much sir. 12th Jan, Makar Sankranti is bar Hanuman.
Bahubali to Anil ji.
So I'll just have to talk a few years before Bahubali. After my first film was done, it was Rohan Sippy who sent me a audition tape and said, "Would you like to play Joki in a film called Damarodam?" And that's the first time I came to Bombay. I realized there's so many filmmakers, but don't know what's happening in different parts of the country. Every time I went to Hyderabad, no one knew what happened in Hindi. Every time I came to Bombay, no one knew what happened there. But I thought there was, cinema never had a bound. I grew up in Chennai, I grew up learning Tamil first, then I learned Telugu, then moved to Hyderabad, learned a bit of different languages. When I was watching films, it didn't matter if it was a Tamil film or a Hindi film at that point. And I was like, why doesn't the country experience the same? And I started doing a little bit of work here, and I think it needed that one film, and Bahubali was that answer. And then everybody realized what India as a single cinematic nation. So I feel like a lot more will happen from now. Well, I have to say first, I think post that era, every single filmmaker in Telugu is ambitious. They want to make sure the story is heard. The fact that it doesn't matter where you are in the country, if you tell a story, there's a whole world out there that will receive you. And I think these boys are that merit of that. Prasanth is a director. I know very few people would know here, but he's a national award winning filmmaker, multiple national awards, I think, for his films. For him to pick a story like Hanuman, craft it the way it is, and I think all of us have seen the promos and what it is, and I don't think there's anybody better than this boy to play that in such a beautiful, innocent manner. And one is, I'd like to congratulate the producers. I think it's people like you who push the boundaries and help filmmakers make these films. So congratulations to you and all the very best. Thank you.
डोनेट करने वाले हैं। मेरा सवाल ये है कि आपने कब और कैसे डिसाइड किया कि आपको ये करना है, एंड ऑल्दो ये फिल्म पहले रिलीज हो रही है, बट अयोध्या में प्रमोशन के बारे में आपके क्या ख्याल है?
सॉरी, अयोध्या में प्रमोशन के लिए आई गेट यू, सॉरी आई गेट द लास्ट पार्ट।
मतलब आप जाने वाले हैं, आर यू इनवाइटेड फॉर द इनॉग्रेशन सेरेमनी?
आई एम नॉट इनवाइटेड डेफिनेटली। सी
This is his gift to Ayodhya.
Yeah.
Now you know why he is here.
Initially, I think we've announced the release date like 6 months back, because for us, Jan 12th is Sankranti. So Sankranti is like a big festival for us in Telugu, and people love to watch films in that time. So we never expected जो अयोध्या में हो रहा है वो around this time that it will happen. But when we got to know about it, we initially thought we'll not even announce it, we'll just do it on our own, and then probably talk about it. But it was that moment when we told Chiranjeevi sir, he felt so happy about it and he couldn't stop himself from saying it out loud. So I don't know if these people know about Chiruleaks. So, but yeah, I think we will talk more about it post release of the film than now. Yeah, not now, please.
So, to your right. Any Teja, any compliments, advice, or tips received from Chiranjeevi sir?
Always, whenever.
All his life.
Huh?
All his life.
Yeah, all my life. I've grown up watching him, like in literal sense. मैंने बचपन से चिरू सर से 4 फिल्म में काम किया, और पर्सनली भी उन्होंने मैं एक नॉर्मल चाइल्ड आर्टिस्ट हूँ, कोई बैकग्राउंड नहीं है, मैं they've just seen me somewhere and they've casted me in a film. That is the only relation I have with Chiranjeevi garu, but he's always treated me like somebody from his own family. So he's so humble. I would like to tell you that all the discipline or hard work, that if I'm doing something today, that is because of Chiranjeevi garu, and if I'm standing here today, that is because of Chiranjeevi garu for sure.
Mike.
I know that
since you plan to release the film on a global scale, in a world wherein the audience is enamored by
Hanuman is very rooted. So it is our home ground superhero. Like, this story is basically inspired from our Indian ithasas from our Bharat. But if you look at the global stuff, whatever you have to go more local to become global. So the global audience, you don't have to do a James Bond kind of film here because they already have that. So you don't have to do some genres where they already have all those genres. So probably I think this like how this reception of Hanuman in North India is more than South India right now. I think when the film gets released, I think this I strongly hope for, and I really believe that this film will have a lot of reception in other countries. Like look at RRR, right? So RRR is very rooted. So it is very rooted and it is very Indian. But the international audience, they've loved the film. So I think I will try to keep making films that are very rooted, culturally rooted, so that will have more audience now. Yeah. So I think compared to Marvel and DC, I'm also a huge fan of Marvel and DC. But this universe that I'm creating, that we are building together, so has multiple superheroes. So we're starting with Hanuman, but we've written a couple of other superheroes. There are like overlapping stories and all that, but they are all inspired from our itihasas. So Marvel and DC is more sci-fi, but we are more fantasy and a little bit of sci-fi. Yeah.
Rana, Lipika here. How are you?
I'm well, ma'am. How are you?
Bagunara.
So this is what happened. She was trying to teach me Hindi. I taught her Telugu and I went there. Kaise ho, ma'am?
Yeah, fine, thank you. Teja Sajja, when he entered, he said, I don't have a robust six packs like, you guys. And yet he killed it. Would you like to say something about him?
He didn't listen to what I said. Actually, he didn't listen to what I said. He wasn't here.
So I'm asking
He's just trying to be humble. He's got all of it going. And they're very true artists. Whatever the character requires, I'm sure if Prasanth asks of him to do anything, and I'm sure he'll do it.
Actually, it was the other way around. Like he was about, when I said, we worked on already, I think it's the third film we're working together. When I said, okay dude, we're making a superhero film. I didn't even tell him what the story is. Okay, I just said we're making a superhero film.
I packed bags and started.
He started, he went to gym, he was working out and all that. So one day, it's been after a couple of days, I called him and he was like, going to gym all the time. So I told him, dude, you don't have to do all that. So this is not that kind of superhero film. So Teja is very professional and very passionate actor. So if the story needed to be bulked up, story needed to have six packs and all that, he would have definitely done it.
Prashant, even before the release, as this teaser has become so popular, and someone from your team has already said that it's going to be very, it is going to get a good reception in Hindi as equivalent to KG2. We've done that story also, KGF. Would you like to elaborate on that?
I don't know about comparison with KGF, but yes, I think it's mainly because of the title. I think it's mainly because of Hanumanji. Even now, today, Sankranti is like a big festival for us, and there are a lot of films coming there. So everyone keeps telling me like, this film will do more in North India than in Telugu. This film will do more in Mumbai, more in Hindi than Telugu. So I don't know, like, probably we have a lot of stories and we have a lot of filmmakers, and I think the filmography of Telugu cinema, we've done more these kind of stories than any other industry. But I think the North Indians, I don't want to keep saying North India, South India, North India, South India, but the Indian audience love and respect Hanumanji, and he is the star of the film. And I think that answers your question.
Yeah, as you said, Sankranti, many films come up, Maruti director is also launching Prabhas's film on the 14th, tentative title as sources have been saying it's Raja Saab, though they deny it. So on the 14th, yours is on the 12th, his is on the 14th. So the limelight. I was asking.
We cannot reveal that here.
Yeah, I was asking him. He didn't tell me.
But Indian audience, I mean, we the Telugu audience or audience are okay to consume more than one cinema. Like, so I'm the person who watches 5 films a day. So I think 2 films are like the audience can definitely take it.
Thank you.
Rana, something about you? What are you doing in future? Though this is not a platform, but
I'll come back to you and I'll be the only guy standing here and be talking to you straight soon. Right.
Hello. So you're
थोड़ा शांति करते प्लीज. Thank you. जी.
माइथोलॉजिकल फिल्मों माइथोलॉजिकल कैरेक्टर्स के ऊपर फिल्म बन चुकी है और लोग काफ़ी सेंसिटिव हैं, तो इस सब्जेक्ट्स को लेके आप लोग ने मतलब कि कितना सोच विचार किया, क्योंकि आप नॉर्दर्न इंडिया बेल्ट और स्पेशली बॉलीवुड में आप लोग इसको रिलीज कर रहे हैं, तो इस चीज़ का कितना ख्याल किया कि लैंग्वेज के ऊपर स्ट्रांग वो होना चाहिए?
सर सवाल मेरे लिए है ना सर सवाल?
डायरेक्टर और प्रोड्यूसर दोनों के?
Sir, like I said, I've done my schooling in a Gurukul and I was taught our itihasas as a subject. So along with science, maths and all that, I was taught our itihasas. So I've done extensive research. I know how sensitive the stories that we are trying to tell. At the same time, we are not telling the story about Hanumanji. We are telling a current day story about a village lad, a very normal guy like you and me, an underdog who gets the powers of Hanumanji. But still, when we mention Hanumanji and when we represent him in the film, I took utmost care and I consulted with some of the scholars in this particular field, and I made sure I showed them all the sketches, and I worked almost an year getting the character sketch right, and almost 2 years to get everything else right. I hope, I think you saw the trailer, right? I hope, I've represented him well.
Thank you. Ji.
And, when we released the teaser, definitely that was the budget. But after the teaser, the expectations went sky high. At the same time, we discussed, the producer and all discussed, but at the same time, we cannot make the budget 10 times more than what it is already, because that's what the expectation was. So people were comparing our film with other films that are like 10 times, like 20 times more budget than us. So we definitely increased our budget a little, probably twice the budget that we already had. But still, we still made the film in that modest budget. But what's the amount of time that I've spent, like we didn't work with big studios. So we had spent more time in getting the work done by talented people in small little companies. And if I would have had, if we would have had more budget, we would have done this in a much, it took me almost like 3 years to make this film. I could have done it in 1, but to get everything right with the limited budget, definitely the producer has increased the budget a little, but it is definitely not the kind of budget that you are thinking it will be.
What the figures around?
I cannot reveal that.
यार की बात करो कहाँ budget पे जा रहे हो हनुमान जी की बात है जी sir you wanted to ask something yeah you
we made with a modest budget, but whatever the budget we spent on this project, every penny will be seen on screen.
lovely
Yeah. That's what every director wants to hear from his producer. I'm glad he said that.
Prasanth sir, yeah, Siddharth sir. First of all, I forgot to say that trailer looks so amazing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
You've done a fantastic job. My question is, being a national award-winning director, how much the pressure was for you to do this?
Sir, filmmaking is my passion, sir. So filmmaking is my hobby. So I enjoy filmmaking any more than anything in my life. So even the first national award that I got is for VFX, for my first film. that had very limited number of shots compared to what almost like 100 times more number of VFX shots than my first film. Definitely no pressure. We were, even after the huge reception of the teaser, all the team were on, like, they were on high pressure, like, so they were all saying, like, sir, there is so much reception, nationwide, what are we going to do about it? I said, we will keep doing what we've been doing already. Just because we got more hype, we will not less work on it. Just because we got less hype, we will work more on it. We will keep doing what we have been doing already, and that's what made it. That's what made us stand in front of you guys today.
As you mentioned, in this universe, you have more actors, and so
yes,
any actor you have signed or anyone you can name for the further.
There are a lot of very interesting developments regarding the universe, but I think it will all make sense. It will all have value only when this film works. If this film works, if this film really makes money, so then we have a plan for next 10 years. So there are so many stories in our itihasas that are so exciting, so many characters. So Hanumanji is the most exciting character, most powerful superhero and god in our universe. But at the same time, there are lot of stories that current generation has to know. Like, I'm not mature enough, or I'm not big enough director to direct those stories. So I thought, I will make audience come to theater to see a film that is set in current times, that is very modern. But when they leave theater, the kids will want to know more about our itihasas, the ancient stories. So that is what we are trying to do, and I hope you will all support me in doing that. I mean, the best compliment that I received for the teaser was an NRI guy was telling me, like, after his kid saw the teaser, he wanted to know more about Hanuman. Like, who is Hanuman, dad? Like, I know I have Spider-Man, like, he's wearing a Spider-Man. So the dad was so happy because, like, his kid was always asking for Spider-Man bag, Superman something and all that. But for the first time when the dad heard his kid asking more about Hanuman, he said, I'm going to take my kid to your film. So that, I think, all the parents will take their kids to your film, so that, you created that curiosity in them, because you are telling the story in a template, like a superhero template is the most coolest template right now. So they will get into the film to see this action superhero film, but when they leave theater, they will pick that curiosity in the kids to know more about our ancient scriptures.